What a weird recording session this has been. Oh my goodness. It's Anon! After... what even happened at the beginning? Again. Yeah, it was like with the smoke stuff, and then we immediately resolved it. You know what? You know chapters are usually used for, break it, like, you introduce a concept in one chapter, and then you have it resolve in another. That's how you want your chapters to work. You don't want to resolve things in the same chapter, flow-wise, and... a bunch of stuff. There's one of those rare days where I get to sleep in. My sister is off at campus beautification without me, and I am left with one thing I enjoy on days like this. Peace and quiet. Gaming without being interrupted by Anna, eating whatever I want, walking around the apartment in just my box. Absolute freedom. Absolute cinema, more like. The only thing that is that it was good for only a few hours. You can rage, but the only problem is that it was good for a few hours. It was only good for a few hours, yeah. You can only rage at and cause rage for a bunch of people just sort of online lobbies, feels more like. But I guess he does go after hobbies specifically. For so long before it gets monotonous. Now I'm bored as fuck. My Saturdays nowadays consist of track practice or meet and hang out with my sister. Without her around, it feels a lot emptier in the apartment. Realistically, I couldn't imagine moving here without her, and I have to admit that she can be a pain in the ass sometimes, but having her company makes it better. Like, you know, away from home. Except there are fewer trees to climb, and no one to make fun of you for something retardedly cringe you did when you were younger. That fucking talks. I don't like how often this thing likes to repeat things from the past. Like, as much as I give Snoot game shit nowadays, I do feel that it at least didn't fucking repeat the same plot point over and over again with really no new context or revelation. Like, he never really digests the information, it just gets brought up. Which is what you want, is if you're gonna have a character think really hard of themselves, the least they can do is get a new perspective on things. That fucking talks. And Anna. Ugh, I love her because she's my daughter, but I also hate her because... oh, sister, sorry. Ugh, my brain is all kinds of messed up. Where did daughter come from? God, I love her because she's my sister, but I also hate her because she's my sister. This is how NASA Fang feels around NASA. Man, you relate heavily. I don't like that. I don't like adverbs that are used like this. You know, it's like verb, and then it ends. I always feel that if we're gonna use an adverb like this, put something after it, you know? Don't hang your sentence on it. You've never done go to the sheer lengths that Fang does whenever she blasts them out with insults. I mean, there's a big difference between how you two relate, man. I don't want to feel cooped up in my apartment because I ran out of shit to keep you busy. I sure as hell don't want to sleep in all day until Anna gets back. So I decided to take a walk. My destination, unknown. Not sure where I'm going. The entirety of a little Trudon is a different vibe compared to what I was used to growing up. I'm used to a large sprawl of neighbors that connect each other like a grid, block by block. Gotta love how these kinds of towns are laid out. Just Western living in a nutshell. Could have been worse. I could have lived in a jungle or a cornfield instead. Here it's like a city. That's a typical downtown with various businesses and apartments lining two-way street. Not unlike. Ugh. Lots of places are big known to me that I only got a chance to glance at when Anna drives us places or to school. A smoke shop, a barber shop, an old jeweler, and a music shop, if I would like that. I'll admit, it's a bit daunting to be out here on my own, but I guess it's quite relaxing. Just as I'm about to pass the music store to you heading further down towards Mous would be, the front door of the music store opens in front of me. The front door opens in front of me. Why not just the door to the music store? Why do you have to double down? Come on, man. Editing! This is why you edit! Or I do multiple drafts. Out of it is a familiar set of greenish scales and feathery wings. Fang? The terror I did not expect to see today looks shocked as she snaps her head in my direction. White feathers? I thought she was bluish scales and feathery wings. Oh. So they're not even the same material at this point. They're standing in the doorway as the door... standing on end as the door behind her closes. Anna, what the fuck are you doing here? I'm taking a walk. I don't live too far from here. I figured I'd go explore, get some fresh air while Anna's at school. What about you? Shopping around. Figured I'd meander around Little True for a bit. Wait, you actually live around here? Yeah, I got a decent apartment upstairs from a laundromat. Huh. Interesting. I'm baffled you didn't bring up fucking... Like, so many authors would think, oh, at least you don't live in Skin Roll! I appreciate the restraint. Wanna hang out then? I'm not doing shit today, and I'd rather not go right back home. Oh shit, social interaction. Not exactly what I was expecting. Sure? Why not? Huh. Didn't expect her to act that quickly. Maybe not as spudgy as I thought. Oh shit, and he doesn't immediately follow it up with, but I am. God! Where did the Whedon-esque writing go all of a sudden? Seems like neither of us want to go back to our respective homes. Besides, I like hanging out with Fang. It's more liberating. Looks like I feel like I'm choked up by the visage of my sister. Stop calling it a visage! It's her presence you're about, not the fucking visage! I follow the monochrome tarot down the street. She pulls out a cigarette to light it. It's only when she waves the box of cancer sticks in front of me that I'm giving pause. I want one? I hesitate for a moment. I'm not exactly sure when Anna would come back, but I know sure as hell from her hair when she returned. But I know I'd catch hell from her when she returned and smelled ashes all over me. I can't say anything when she gets covered in dirt and manure, but it woes me when I come back smelling like someone coming back from a poetry slam. I'm overthinking things. Yeah, sure. I take one of the sticks from the pack and place it to my lips. Surprisingly, she's already got a slit cigarette and brings it up to my unlit one. The hand is awfully close, as are her eyes. Why are you leaning in? And, like, who the fuck lights a cigarette like this by leaning in? That's what this implies. Her really smooth-looking scale on the snout face. Did you always smell so... She smells like smoke! She's got a fucking cigarette in her mouth, asshole! Do you think that perfume just covers that up? Maybe after the fact, but not during. Non-binoid. What the fuck is a binoid? That's a new term. Also, she is non-binary. Wait, why the hell would you have an alarm for this? Anna, you're explicitly like the kind of person who tells these people to go fuck themselves. Why would you have an alarm for this? You don't even think those things are real. It taps against my cig, calls to light a matter of seconds. Oh, thank God it wasn't a cigarette kiss. Really watch too many anime series. Is that even common? Isn't Japan, like, really against smoking, so most animes wouldn't feature that like it anymore? Especially not the romanticization thereof. Or was a background... I don't even know, man. I know they had a huge smoking culture. They might still. Fang looked amused as she places the cigarette back in between her lips and... Liberals! And withdraws the pack into a pocket. I take a decent drag of the lit cig in my mouth and let the warm cancer smoke fill my lungs. What? No, you take a decent drag from the lit cig in your mouth. My God, your English is weird. Of out the cold food, eat out the warm food. Menthol. She's got good taste. Feels pretty fucking nice, honestly. Sure as hell ain't good for me though, but I feel great. We take a moment at we take a moment at the street corner. They're loitering. That's what we're looking for. We loiter on the street corner, smoking together, watching cars and people pass by. Take a cigarette from my mouth and let it roll between my fingers. So look at a punk rock tarot. So no Trish today. I kind of figured you two would be hanging out whenever you had free time. She was bitching about practicing after all. Trish has a horn appointment today. So her and Rita are preoccupied. Right, Rita's... Oh, yeah, of course he doesn't. He's at campus beautification. At least I don't have to be subjugated to the cruelly benevolent taskmaster. How the fuck would you know? When have you seen her? She's nice, but goddamn does she put us all to work. Has he been there then? Up for the shit Sunday that you're having to report to any bit of labor to my sister. Ugh. Didn't take you for someone to be strolling out here, Drip. Thought you'd be back inside, spending your day playing video games, since, you know, I see what you download over in the library. I'll have you know I only play games at reasonable levels, like 10 hours a day. Mission makes Fang snort in mockery, which is well-deserved. Besides, I don't want to be stuck in my apartment doing jack shit. She grimaces. I get it. I was gonna stay home for the most part until I saw Nasser and Princess Peach sucking face on the couch in the fucking living room. Gross. Who tops? Oh, fuck you. Don't make me think that. I swear that fucking bitch has him wrapped around her finger. Note to self. Both Fang and Annie loathe the Peach Dancer. Which is weird. I don't really see her all that much. She's kind of like over there most of the time. Which weirdly might be a way for her to get along with everyone else in Worm Drama. What the fuck did that bespeckled headache do to my sister to make her dislike her so much? So this is after she did that. Has this even come up? I don't feel like any scene really tried to explain this. Maybe I skipped over it because, again, the shit is so long in the tooth most of the time. That's not the right word, but... Bah! Pushing that thought from my mind, I refocus on what Fang was talking to me about. After they managed to score a few CD of some new synth bleed metal band that made me double check if they actually existed. The lonely little terror was going to window shop through the pop-up stalls of Little True. It all sounded like a hell of a plan for me. It's a little confusing. It was a little confusing, though, considering we were going through a place called Little Trudon, and I don't see a single one of any sorts. Seriously, why do you call it that if there aren't any Trudons? Jesus, Anna, have you ever heard of mixing the races together? I'm the living embodiment of that idea thing! It causes a rapid eye blink until they catch on as if spinning a cog in their mind latches onto one next to it. Oh shit, that's right. You don't look like it though. Okay, fuck you! One hand rubs my bald pate with a fair amount of disgust. It's not my fault. I got the damn genes that created a giant sunburn magnet. I've got to get checked for melanoma every goddamn year because of it. Sucks to be on the wimpy end of the evolutionary tree, huh, dweeb? That smug little. I feel like we could all. Like, I honestly felt like Anna was gonna be like, listen, I genuinely have race issues, okay? I feel like we were almost there. I would have believed it. Considering all the shit the story has done so far, it feels like an organic place to take it. Like, Anon finally goes, I don't get her tail, I don't get her cool hands, I have nothing, Fang. I'm just a pasty, bald, fucking mannequin. I have what? Throwing? Cool! How impressive. Everyone loves a thrower. Sucks to be okay. A smug little grin made me purse my lips, moving my stick back and forth as Fang let out a light chuckle at my expense. I like how you're doing this, even though there's this constant implication that you're not much of a smoker. Well, this is a pretty sophisticated move to be pulling off. In aggression, instead of like, I'm having fun. Right. Well, at least I won't freeze to death when the sun goes down. I drag my oral stick of wonders before puffing it again. And I have evolved taste bud. I don't only need meat to survive. That has nothing to do with taste buds. That has to do with your digestive tract, buddy. Wah wah. Quit your bitching. She just has shit taste, literally. Is shit a vegetable? I stamp out the acid of my tiny figure as we approach the bazaar. Fang looks at me as if considering another, but shrugs before putting a lighter and the pack back into her pockets. And imagine I be coming here. The bazaar area of Little True is actually a series of interconnected alleyways with the occasional building here and there. At its center is a large plaza with a lot of vendors selling many knick-knack shitteries. There's the occasional cheap knockoff of a popular product, a scammy deal, or an insistent salesman trying to sell their product to unsuspecting people. But among the wretched hive of skull and villainy going on, there's also produce being sold, several food stalls that smell fucking incredible, and actual shops. Oh, well, it's a mixed bag. Fang and I don't make eye contact with the shady sellers as we trek the tight hallways of market. Eventually, a kid puts a flower in my hands. Marked for pickpockets. Shit, they probably don't even know I'm from around here, seeing as how I look human. Not many of that here. Mostly saurians and the occasional simian. If it were Anna, she'd keep the damn thing. Thankfully, I'm not her. But I will bring you at some point. The kid fucking pickpocketing? That's the implication of this sentence. Also, normally I complain about this because it's summarizing the previous paragraph, but this is a big paragraph, and, you know, fuck it. Some people don't get it. Like, it's not so specific that I'm like, people should get this. No. I promptly tossed the flower into a nearby trash can when the kid is out of sight. I'm surprised you noticed that, too. He put it in his fucking hand! I've seen movies where that kind of shit happens. Reminds me of one of my favorite waifu movies I watched with Aina when we were younger. Damn, didn't I have chicks and taste? Chuck Norris or Jackie Chan? Chuck Norris, he's dead. He died, like, actually recently, in terms of this recording. Fucking asshole of a guy. As much as the memes were cute, learning more has only depreciated my... Not that I actually knew anything he was in. I don't watch many movies, and shit's old by this point, so... Good choice, I slightly respect you more now. It'll be forever memorialized in the ultimate showdown of Ultimate Destiny, at least. And nothing else. I don't know. Wait, respect me? You had respect for me in the first place? Shocker. I did. No, I don't. Oh, bitch, please. Ah, I should be bemused. Again, bemused is not what you're looking for. Bemused is apparently confused or bewildered. Sounds from the NB team. Again, it's so fucking weird that he talks about it like this. Also, you can't call someone a teen when you're a teen. Like, this sounds so smug. And Anon isn't that degree of smug, is the problem. I almost smirk before they tap me on the side of the head with the elbow of their wing. God damn it, what the fuck is that anatomy? Is elbow the right term? What? So you know all the dinosaur species, but you don't actually know wing anatomy. Go fuck yourself. What is the fucking world building here? How much longer is this gonna go on? Oh god, this is like the whole rest. Ugh. I think I'm gonna take a break and just storm the rest.